Hello Year 7s, welcome back. It's the last week. I was so impressed with some of the entries that we had for all of Sports Week. Keep up the hard work, this is the last one, so try and get involved as much as possible. So today we're looking at cricket fielding. So to start with, but here is just my top tips that might come up in our quiz. So top tips, catch above the waist so your thumbs are together and you're cushioning it in. If the ball is below your waist, fingers together and then cushioning the ball below. So we're going to be looking at some catching and we're going to be looking at some fielding that they do when the ball is rolling on the ground. But first of all, we're going to get warmed up with our catching skills. So what I want us to first think about is how we catch the ball. We need to not have our fingers in the way and we've got to cushion it with our palm. And it's usually with two hands, and it can either be from an upwards position like this, away from your face, so your two thumbs together and cushioning the ball in, or it can be, if it's lower down, your two hands together with your little fingers close together and you're catching the ball in with a nice low position, cushioning the ball down like so, and then from up high, if it's up from high direction, cushioning the ball down like so. Okay, so remember, there, fingers together or thumbs together. I never want any thumbs out like this or your fingers catching the ball. It's all about your palm and cushioning it in. Okay, so your first exercise is you're going to have a ball, you're going to throw it up as high as you can or as little as you can, whichever way you find best, and you're going to clap. So I'm going to do that first. So I'm just going to do 2 claps. 1, 2, and then catch. In that position, nice and low with your little fingers close together. 1, 2, and catch. 1, 2, and catch. And then once you can get rid and try and get past 10. Anything above 10 is pretty much gold. So that's our first challenge. So our next challenge is against the wall. So this time you're going to throw it one hand and you're going to catch it with one hand, practicing the cushioning of the ball, not using our fingers but our palm. So it should look like this. Can you try and use both your right and your left? So you go in, cushion it in, cushion it in, cushion it in, cushion it in, cushioning it in. So that's the first step. Then can you use 2 hands? So this time we want to get our nice stable knees. We're going to use our positioning with our little fingers or our thumbs, depending where the ball is landing. So if it's landing high, I'm going to cushion the ball in with my thumbs together, cushion the ball in, cushion the ball in, cushion the ball in. If it's lower, we're getting nice and low towards the ground and we're cushioning the ball with both of our fingers. Like that. If you want to challenge yourself, you want to step further back. Unfortunately, I don't have that space to do that right here. But the further you go back, the harder it will be. I want you to challenge yourself for a minute, and how many can you get? So I got 53. Can you try and beat that? Count them for a minute, send in your scores, any pictures. So for the long barrier, we use this when the ball is rolling on the ground towards us. So we want to get the ball lined up with our body so that we can easily stop the ball from going beyond us. So there's no point in it being back by our heel because that's a lot harder to control and for us to efficiently pick the ball up and throw it. So our knee nearest the ball is flat on the floor, and then our knee and heel are together with our hands in front of that so that there is no gap. There is no chance for that ball to go beyond you because that is your responsibility. Your hands are cupped so that you can pick up the ball quickly, and then you'll finally be in this position here so you can form the long stop, the long barrier. Step up as quickly as you can, point towards the target you need, so that could be towards the wickets or it could be to a person who's closer to the wickets, and then follow through. The follow through is very important because that gives you the most power. So that is our long barrier technique. This is the one where it's rolling on the ground. We also have to up again and practice this a few times if you have a partner and you get down into that position like so. Perfect. So that's the first one. Now, sometimes if you're closer to where the wickets are and the batsman has just hit it just outside the circle, that sometimes is a too slow position, especially for a slow ball. So we're now going to use the one-handed throw. So for the one-handed throw, you are literally going to run into the position, and depending on what side, so my right-hand side is stronger than my left, you're going to dip down, you're going to catch the ball in one hand, and then with that same action, you should be able to throw it, and as you're closer to the wicket, that will get the batsman out quicker, rather than going into the long barrier. Okay, so I'll show that to you now. Line here, pick the ball up and then try and aim at the wicket. That is our one-handed throw, and that's explained more in the do with your one-handed throw. As you can see from the pictures that I put in, is like a wicket. I've used a table because it's a bigger surface, but if you have wickets, like plastic wickets, use that. If you have some kind of a bigger target, then you can use that also. So I've used the flower pots as cones, and my kind assistant's going to roll the ball out to me. I'm going to have to one hand pick up and then throw it at my wicket, so that we can practice trying to throw at the wicket once we are fielding.
And then we go again.
So try and give that a go out of 5. See how many. I'm going to run from behind the wicket. I'm going to run in, and as it's on my right hand side, I'm going to step down, collect the ball, and then try and turn and hit the wicket. So that's what the whole action should be. Sometimes it's not going to be on your right, it's going to be on your left. You have to figure out that position for yourself. Turn, hit the wicket. So hopefully you tried that one. Give your best out of 5, see how many you can get. Send a photo in. So we've looked at catching, we've looked at fielding. They're the gist of what we do in cricket, and actually in rounders a lot of the time. So I look forward to seeing your entries, and good luck.